everybody, and welcome to another super exciting edition of C4. Let's meet the absolutely thoroughly delightful teams. Hello, Dominic Swire.
Greetings, Rob.
What's your job, Dominic?
I work as a video journalist for CRI.
And you do hard-hitting reports about what?
Recently, I did a hard-hitting report about martial arts.
Oh, God. Okay, and Autumn,
yes.
hello.
Hi.
Your job is on People in the Know.
It is.
And do you enjoy that job?
I do.
Okay, good. Someone does. And on the right, we have Stuart Wiggin. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, that's a very ladylike wave.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
What's your job?
I'm a sports writer.
Okay. Have you been writing about the Olympics?
Yes.
Oh, is badminton your favourite sport?
No.
I give up. Okay, and Shalmar, what's your job?
I'm an intern.
An intern? Oh, marvellous. And what show do you work on?
Currently it's China Now.
3 hours of wind. Marvellous. Okay, well, let's move on to the first story, please. Who wants to buzz in and tell me what is going on? Oh, it was the vegetarian himself who came in first. It was Dominic Swire. Hello.
Greetings, Rob. So I can tell you what I think is going on.
Okay, go on.
But I'm a bit confused. I thought it's a Chinese bloke who has a baby and who got some sheep and some goats, put them on his rooftop for fresh milk for baby.
For baby. Okay, we've gone back to Coronation Street. It was, in fact, for baby, for his baby, and a little girl it was, in fact. Now, Shalmar, you're Chinese, aren't you?
Oh, right,
Yeah, okay, good job. Anyway, so Dominic, carrying on, do you know why he's actually bought these sheep and milked them?
Because he can guarantee the freshness of the milk and the quality of the milk product. But I'm a little confused because looking at the pictures, it seems it's maybe not his apartment roof or he's got a huge rooftop garden.
Yes, it does seem that either he has a 45-acre rooftop or he's actually doing it in some kind of countryside courtyard. Now, Autumn, you're the kind of person that would know about this. How many litres of milk a day can you get from a sheep?
3 liters.
That is absolutely right. Shalmar, how many litres of milk a day can you get from 2 sheep?
That's a hard one. 6?
Is it? Oh, sorry, misunderstood you there. Okay, and Dominic Swire, would you like to tell me, would you ever keep a sheep for the purposes of producing milk? No other purposes, but producing milk, okay? You're not Welsh?
Well, why not if you like sheep milk?
Okay, do you?
I don't like milk so much, so...
Oh dear. Okay, well, we've learnt a lot about you today. What about you, Stuart Wiggin? Would you ever keep a sheep and milk it?
To drink the milk?
Yeah, indeed.
No.
Not just for fun?
No, I wouldn't drink unpasteurised milk.
Okay. Would you
for fear of getting TB.
Very good point there from you. Shalmar, have you ever milked anything?
Nope.
You sure?
What's that supposed to mean?
Okay, I don't know. You're the one who's blushing.
At this stage, I would like to jump in and just ask, if this guy does have sheep and goats on his rooftop, is this not slightly dangerous? I mean, sheep, especially goats, they can run around, they can jump over things. Imagine if one jumped off the building, it could land on somebody, and imagine being killed by a falling sheep.
Well, it would be ironic for a vegetarian to be killed by a falling sheep, wouldn't it? But have any of you on this stage today actually butchered an animal and then eaten it?
No.
Not you, because you don't eat
crabs.
animals, do you? You've butchered a crab.
Well, you don't butcher it, you just drop it into boiling water and hear it go.
Does it scream just like that?
It makes a little tiny noise.
Okay. Have you ever been to the fishmonger in China where they take a live fish and they just beat the hell out of it?
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
And then it opens its mouth like...
Although, that's not just China, I think...
No, actually that's the humane way to do it.
Really? What's the inhumane way to kill a fish?
I don't know, scale it.
Make him watch this show repeatedly.
Oh, Wiggin, you do crack me up, but this is your livelihood. Okay. Dominic, I would like to know something from you.
Yeah, I was wondering how the journalist wrote this story. Yeah. Whether he used a sheep pen.
Next story, please.
Oh no.
Okay, someone buzz in and please tell me what this is about. Okay, thank you, Shalmar, for buzzing in. Because of you, we didn't get to hear about the melamine scandals and any of that, and any of why he's producing his own milk. You ruined it all for our viewers. So that story was pretty much pointless. Thank you, Dominic Swire. Shalmar, as our resident Chinese person who is Chinese, what's going on in this picture?
Well, there was this investigative journalist who tried to prove that the hospitals in China are overdoing it or overdiagnosing. And he went and got a sample of green tea and gave it to these kidney specialists, and he was diagnosed with all sorts of different diseases.
Cysts.
How awful.
And what else?
The
Swelling.
private hospitals,
White blood
but
cells.
apparently in the public
High blood
hospitals, it was okay.
Okay, let's make a point of saying that he went to a Beijing public hospital and they told him that he had a clean bill of health. So, clap, well done, Beijing public hospitals. No one wants to join in?
But who's wrong?
Bastards.
Who's wrong?
What?
Who's wrong?
Well, yeah, they should have
do you mean
known.
it's wrong?
This isn't pee. This is.
Well, I mean, like, you're not going to drink someone's piss, are you? You're not going to be yeah, it's definitely
Yeah, but
piss.
I don't think that's how they test pee.
I don't know. I don't have a medical
think they're
degree,
gonna-
do I?
He's got high white blood cells.
Well, exactly. Who knows? Like,
This is green tea.
Uremia. Who knows?
This story kind of worries me a little bit because I drink quite a lot of green tea, so much in fact that my real sample might not be that dissimilar from the one he took to the hospital.
Don't worry about it.
Have we learnt on this show that Dominic Swire pisses green tea?
The reason why they
Absolutely marvellous.
misdiagnosed the person was so they can charge more for medicine, and that's where most of their revenue comes
Well,
from.
that is quite true. Now,
However, the
this-
government is aware of that, and they've reformed the healthcare system.
well, thank you for
it's
being
going
here,
through-
Mr. Tool of the Party.
It's going through the motions.
Okay, yeah, the motions. It's going to keep going for a while. But some of the hospitals involved, one in Shijiazhuang, which is the capital of Hebei, they said that he needed a week of treatment, which would cost 546 yuan per day. Another hospital in Shenyang said that he needed immediate surgery costing 5,000 yuan, and a hospital in Changchun in Jilin province told him that he needed to have an 8,000 yuan health check. So pretty shocking indeed. It seems that these private hospitals are interested only in money.
Do it.
Autumn. She couldn't even do it, you see that? Oh, go on then.
Missed the first time. I think it just underlines the importance of getting a second opinion when you're faced with this grave news like this.
Yes, I think that's very wise. Before you have any operation carried out in China, make sure you have at least 14 different opinions. Dominic Swire.
I would also be a little disappointed with the public hospitals. I mean, at the very least, you think they might be able to recommend he should cut down on his green tea.
I have to be honest with you, Dominic Swire. I have a strong feeling that he didn't actually give the green tea to the public hospital. He actually gave real wee.
Is that correct?
I think so. I mean, I haven't done too much research, to be honest. I mean, it's a CRI show.
But I don't think it's really fair to take a green tea sample and just claim that they're overdiagnosing. I mean, what do you think would happen if this was done in the US or in Great Britain?
I don't know.
Things like this do happen in the US and Britain, and it's fair game, I suppose. If a hospital doesn't know that a pee sample is green tea, then they're going to get slated in the press.
Well, as I say, the overhaul should be that when doctors get a sample of wee, they should at least taste it first. Anyway, Dominic, have you ever had any medical treatment here in the People's Republic of China?
No, I've had plenty of colds, but nothing serious enough to go to a hospital. But I have been to a hospital once, Rob. I went to the eye hospital just around the corner. I went to ask for a crutch, but they didn't have one. That's not a joke, it's a true story.
That's why I'm not laughing. Okay, Autumn.
Yes.
I've lost the will to live, but tell me,
Yes.
have you ever had any kind of medical treatment here?
No, I just had the medical health check, but I haven't had to go for any specific problems.
Okay, let me just explain for the audience that when you come to work in China as a foreigner, you have to have a health check in your own country, then you come to China and you have the same health check again immediately. It's all incredibly pointless. But you didn't do this because you're Chinese, so well done to you. But the rest of us, we had to go for a health check to work at CRI, and they tested my eyes and they made me read a sign. I read it perfectly and they said, "Your eyesight is perfect, 20/20. But I was wearing lenses and they didn't even ask me. Absolutely ridiculous. Are you surprised?
No.
Okay.
I imagine Shama had a similar experience going to the US, right?
Oh, tell us
No,
about
I mean,
your,
I had like checkups when I went to university, though.
Okay, well, I can only imagine that. Okay, let's move on to the next story, please. Okay, who wants to buzz in and tell me what's going on? Delightful. I was going to call you Dominic, but you're not.
No.
You're Stuart Wiggin,
Yes.
sports reporter extraordinaire.
So this is
it's a sporting story.
It's a sporting story of a sort. It's about a woman who runs.
Okay, tell us more.
She runs Well, you should tell us more, because I'm not fully aware of all the facts.
That's because you only started researching the show 3 minutes ago.
That is true.
In fact, it's a woman called Yan Kaisha, and she is a 48-year-old what?
Woman.
Farmer.
Mother.
I was looking for farmer, okay? Mother is true. Woman is related to that, so it's equally true. But she's actually a farmer. And what happened to her delightful son, who is a recent college graduate?
He was diagnosed with uremia.
He was indeed. So he needed a new...
Kidney.
He did need a new kidney, that's absolutely right. So this woman, she wanted to give her kidney to her son, but Dominic Swire, she couldn't because she was...
A little too fat, apparently.
She was suffering from high levels of triglyceride. There we go, we've done it. Wiggin,
Yes.
although you haven't done the research, what's triglyceride?
Something to do with lipids. That's true, I think.
Okay, well, you know, if you're a doctor and you're watching this, well, you've probably not watching
You've
this.
probably misdiagnosed me.
Exactly.
The doctor said that she couldn't be a donor for her son. She could never be a donor for her son. And then she sought a second opinion, I think.
Yeah, probably wise.
Second opinions.
Yeah. See, Autumn has once again come out looking good. Well done. Okay. And what is her nickname, Shalmar?
The running mom.
She is known as Running Mum, and she trekked how far every day in order to lower her triglyceride levels?
10
10K.
kilometers.
10 kilometers a day, and she started at what time every morning?
4 a.m.
Okay, which means that she could listen to the morning edition of the Beijing Hour. Marvelous. Probably kill herself if she did. What about you, Dominic Swire? Have you ever felt the need to give your kidney to anyone?
No, I haven't. However, many years ago, in the days before this programme existed, in an era we like to refer to as before C4, there was one American journalist, American DJ, who lived here, and he had given one of his kidneys to his father.
That is a beautiful story. Thank you so much. But what about you, Dominic Swire? What would it take for you to give a kidney?
At least an iPad.
It was funnier in rehearsal. Okay, Autumn,
Yes.
you have 2 kidneys.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What would it take for you to give a kidney to Stuart Wiggin?
To Stuart Wiggin. He seems like a good person. I
He's
think I
on
could
the
do
other
it.
team, though.
For a
He
spare.
is on the other team. If I win today, maybe.
Also, luckily for you, I don't need one.
Oh,
so
okay, good.
You're
Well,
fine.
Stuart
We're all
Wiggin,
set.
would you ever give me a kidney?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Okay. What happens if you give a kidney to someone? Do you need to take medicine, or you have to have a rest for a long time, or your life expectancy goes down by 10 minutes?
I don't think you can hit the bottle so much.
Okay, so you can't work at CRI, basically.
You
Okay.
couldn't.
Mojito time. Okay. What about you, Shalmar? Have you ever felt the need to donate a kidney to the world?
Nope, not personally, not anyone personal.
Would you ever donate a kidney to anyone on this stage?
Yeah, everyone. Except only have 2.
You've only got 2, and if you gave both of them, you'd be dead. Okay, moving on from that sad revelation, let's take a look at the final and perhaps most fascinating story ever in the history of C4. Next story, please. Oh, Stuart Wiggin has immediately buzzed in to tell us what the relevance of this picture that says gap year is. What's the relevance?
It's about gap years.
He's done it! Stuart Wiggin has succeeded once again. I am rubbing the table with excitement. I'm that happy. Don't get excited. Anyway, what is the relevance of gap years in China this week, Stuart Wiggin?
This week,
Yep.
just this week,
Just don't even care.
Chinese people, Chinese students are taking more and more gap years.
Okay, well that's absolutely fascinating. Got nothing to say about it. So what about you, Dominic Swire? Back in the day, did you ever take a gap year?
I'm just coming to the end of
My life.
my 10th gap year. No, I didn't take a gap year, but I did some gap year-y things.
I would be fascinated to find out what gap year-y things you did.
I would be happy to tell you, Rob. The first one was going to Turkey to help some Turkish biology students do research into the small turtles that go in, live in the sea.
Fascinating.
And the second one was in the Philippines, looking at birds and bats and stuff like that.
Looking at birds in the Philippines, I bet you were. Okay, what about you, Autumn? You
Yes.
are an American.
I am.
Salute. Okay. And in America, is there a strong tradition of taking the so-called gap year?
There is a tradition of it, but I have to say that of my friends, well, I didn't take a gap year, and of my friends, it's mostly the European friends who have done gap years.
How many friends do you have?
Countless.
Okay, well, we believe you. Okay, and let's move on to Xiaoma, because she is in fact Chinese. Whoop-de-doo! What is the growing... I'm not even going to bother to put in a question. Lots of Chinese people are taking gap years. Why?
Well, not anyone that I know of, but there's something called a graduation trip, though.
What does that mean?
Just taking loads of money and enjoying yourself. I don't think that counts as a gap year.
Is it taking lots of money and going to a bathhouse in Tianjin?
Who does that? Not that. Who does the graduation trip?
Lots of people.
Like, no, but...
What do you mean?
What kind of students?
I think the better, well-off ones, maybe.
And
That was where I was going. That's where I was aiming.
wanking a caterpillar. Okay, Xiaoma, I finished asking you. It's time to ask Wiggin.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, you didn't take a gap year, did you?
No, I didn't take a gap year.
But you took a gap week.
A few gap months.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what did you do on those gap months? More caterpillars?
I
was it?
travelled around East Europe.
Okay, Nazi Central.
There was,
and,
no, not Nazi Central, but there was
Not.
one trip to Slovakia,
Oh, yeah?
which turned out pretty
iffy.
hairy.
Mm.
We stayed in a very weird hotel, and we heard some music. It was me and my friend, and we went in search of this music.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the top floor, lift open, glass door. Woman said, "Are you looking for a party?" We said yes. Went in, locked door, led to a room. Inside there was a lady. It was a brothel, and we ran out with incredibly red faces.
Wow, I guess you don't like the ladies as much.
£13 a night,
What, for a lady?
and it was in Poprad in Slovakia.
Do you want to give the exact address for our
It
viewers?
was called the Gerlach Hotel.
And what was the length of time between going in and running out with red faces?
I'll give you the details later.
Well,
And the
Dominic
address.
has already written down the address under the table. We saw that. Do you want to go to Slovakia this week, Dominic? Okay, marvellous.
However, I think Chinese people are taking gap years because after they graduate, they're usually super busy because they just tend to work, and there's very little sense of taking a holiday. Well, that's what happens in the older Chinese generation.
Okay.
But
Thanks.
is it beneficial? Is it working? Is it,
What?
Well, why did they take it? And do they succeed in getting better jobs at the end, or?
Let's ask Xiaoma. If you take a gap year, are you likely to get a better job?
I don't think it's for the jobs. It's more as a personal experience.
Social, personal growth.
I guess I could say that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
What
for the
would
fun of it.
you do if you were able to take a gap year?
I don't know. Go
Or
to Europe.
who? Okay, Europe. Okay, marvellous.
To Slovakia.
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't want to go to the Kit Kat Club or whatever it's called. Anyway, let's just take a break for now because I am thoroughly bored. So let's give out the prize this week. Okay, given that she will give her kidney to Stuart Wiggin if she gets the prize, that means this week's winner is in fact Dominic Swire. You're going to die. Okay, let's wrap it up. Find out, Dominic, how do you feel about winning the silver?
It's the first time ever. I'm over the moon.
It's not silver, it's actually gold, okay. All right, chill out. Okay, you have to give that back in 5 minutes. Awesome. I've got a bit of a headache. How do you feel?
Feel good.
Okay, better than me. April, Xiaoma, hello.
Yeah.
Had fun?
Delightful.
Great, okay. And let me find out finally, Stuart Wiggin, Mr. 50 Kidneys, how are you?
I'm great.
Okay, well, don't forget, if you want to write in and tell us how great this week's stories were, then the website, the email address is down below. And if you want to follow us on Weibo, the address is also down below. So don't forget to follow us on that. Anyway, that's just about it for this week. Enough C4, so bye for now.
Bye-bye.